number 38, Tristan Ledbetter. Managing today's game, Drifter skipper Jeff Lyle is assisted by pitching coach Dean Stiles and assistant coaches Gavin Grant and Dom Graziano, as well as athletic trainer Randy Bruner. Fans, please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem by country singer and The Voice Season 28 contestant, Austin Gilbert. If you want to see Austin again, don't miss our first ever concert at the ballpark during Country Night on July 24th, featuring a full post-game performance by Austin Gilbert. Get your tickets today and be a part of the historic night at the ballpark.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Gilbert. Now let's go down to the field with Manny for today's K-Duck Play Ball Kid of the Game.
Today I got Harper with me down on the field. Harper, are you ready to get this game started?
Nice job, Harper.
Finally here, it's the home opener here at Hamilton. That will be this season here on the Drifters Streaming Network. The Drifters are coming off a series loss on the road against the Bend Elks, 3 straight losses for Springfield in their series against Bend over the weekend, and now they look to respond against the Yakima Valley Pippins team that won 2 of 3 against their rivals, the Walla Walla Sweets. It's a little bit of a unique uniform matchup this afternoon here at Hamlin Sports Complex, as the Drifters and the Pippins are both wearing baby blue jerseys with Springfield written across the chest for the Drifters here on Springfield night, where the Pippins, they're going to be wearing their baby blue jerseys with gray bottoms and baby blue caps. So a little bit of a unique setup this afternoon here at Hamlin Sports. Starting lineup today for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Leading things off is going to be Tayson Miller, the center fielder. Daichi Furuhata, the former Drifter, batting second. Nick Velasquez batting third. Maliki Emery Henderson batting fourth. Parker Burt, the DH, batting fifth. Garen Guler in the sixth spot, batting seventh. Jackson Walker in the eighth spot. And Oviel Ramos batting ninth. On the mound is Tristan Ledbetter. He wheels and deals, and the first pitch is fouled away at 6:39, getting started 4 minutes later than scheduled here this afternoon on a Tuesday. A little bit of a hot, muggy day in Springfield, 81 degrees, not as hot as it would be if it was perfectly sunny outside. A little bit gray, cloudy skies this afternoon. This one's flown out to left field. Out over to make the catch is left fielder Ryland Detzler for out number 1. Defensive alignment today for the Drifters. Ryland Detzler out in left field. Aiden Gebhardt in center field. Peyton Tyner is out in right. Nick Gimino back with the Drifters this season. He's at third base. Jacob Illipondo, the shortstop. Jalen Riddle at second base. Nolan Miller back at first base. And L.J. Lehue, the catcher from Rice, behind the dish. Ledbetter's first pitch comes in for a strike to Daichi Furuhata, 0-1. Ledbetter, this is his first start of the season, second appearance overall. Appeared out of the bullpen this past weekend in Bend. The 0-1 is fouled away by Furuhata, and it's now 0-2. Had a really good start to his Drifters career. Struck out 3 straight batters, but then ran into some trouble. Struggled to find the strike zone, ran out of steam, and ultimately ended up giving up some runs. Walked a couple of batters, looking for a bounce-back outing this afternoon in his second appearance in a Springfield uniform. His 0-2 delivery is fouled back by Furuhata as he stays alive. Furuhata played with the Drifters last season, a two-way player from Southwestern Oregon Community College. Really just a fun guy in the clubhouse. Originally from Japan, didn't speak a ton of English, but was really close with Jackson Kister, who was a player for the Drifters, and he was a late addition to the team because of it. Ground ball to the left side. Villalpando tries to go to first, but his throw on the run a little bit low as it rolls into Nolan Miller, and it's going to go down as an infield hit.
Now batting number 17, Nick Velasquez.
So it brings up Nick Velasquez, the second baseman, batting in the 3 spot this afternoon with Furuhata at first base. Furuhata picks up his 7th hit of the season, now batting above 500. It's been a heck of a start to the season for Furuhata. Had a really good year at SWAC as well. Out of the stretch, Ledbetter delivers a pitch down and away, 1-0. So Velasquez at the plate. Infielder from Citrus College out in California, originally from the Redlands. The lefty wiggles the bat and fouls off the 1-0 pitch, 1-1. So far in the young season, just 1 hit and 10 at-bats for Velasquez. Heading into his sophomore season after appearing in 44 games this past season at Citrus. Ledbetter goes back to first base. Miller there holding. Back there safely is Furuhata. Furuhata this past season at SWAC, 11 steals on 14 attempts, 17 total in 2 seasons out on the coast. Ledbetter nods, kicks in, fires the 1-1, bounce to the right side, right of the chalk foul, 1-2. Ledbetter, originally from Southern Oregon, Winston, Oregon, his hometown. Graduate of Douglas High School. Stayed local, played 2 seasons at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg. Looking for that next destination after wrapping up his junior college career. 1-2 is low. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's fouled back as Velasquez stays alive. No wind so far this afternoon. Overall, just a muggy day. You know, beforehand, we were getting set for opening day, lugging a ton of merchandise into the Connex. We have 2 Connexes now for merchandise, which last summer we only had 1, throwback towards first base. And this year we doubled the merchandise. Kind of what happens when you get a new general manager and his background is in merchandise. Just overall spending some time this afternoon in the Connex, putting up all the new merch. Broke a sweat quite a bit. Pitch up and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Feels weird because last week Rained a little bit during Fan Fest on Thursday, a little bit wet weather-wise on Friday. I know that the team on their way to Bend, they hit some rain, and then in the morning time, once they got to Central Oregon, there was rain. 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Velasquez as Ledbetter picks up his first strikeout. 2 away here in inning number 1.
Now batting number 30, Malachi Emery Henderson.
So 2 outs, a runner at first at the plate. Emery Henderson, a sophomore from Linwood, Washington, takes a pitch down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Ledbetter nods. Now comes set. His pitch is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Emery Henderson on the young season, 1 hit and 6 at-bats across 3 games. He also has 3 walks on the season. Just wrapped up his second season at Wenatchee Valley College. Ledbetter's 2-0. Check swing, up and away. Did he go? No, he did not. 3 balls and no strikes. Understand there's a delay in the feed. We're working on it right now. .30 is in for a strike, 3-1. It's always opening day. There's always some sort of issues you run into. A lot going on to get everything up and running, and we feel like we've ironed out a lot of issues this afternoon, and hopefully we get the live stream synced again. 3-1 pitch, cut on and miss, 3-2. Final plate today is Kyle Sisk. Out in the field, umpire-wise, Henry DeJesus. Really young umpiring crew. I think this is the first time in my life that I've met the umpires, and I feel like they're younger than me, and I'm not even that old. I'm only 23. 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Ledbetter has back-to-back strikeouts to end the first, and he leaves Furuhata stranded at first base after the 1-out single. No runs, 1 hit, no errors defensively, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the first, 0-0 to score here from Springfield.
After 1 base hit. Fans, please be aware that baseballs can fly into our stands and concourse at any time. We ask you to exercise caution against being hit by batted or thrown balls. Parents, please safeguard the welfare of young children accompanying you to the game. Looking for dinner, a snack, or something sweet? Visit our concession stands located inside our ballpark down the first and third base line, and also behind home plate. Please check out our brand new Drifters Kids Zone down the third base line, thanks to our partners at Northwest Natural, Ford Fleet, and Dairy Mart.
Bottom of the first inning, starting lineup for the Springfield Drifters. Aiden Gebhard leading things off, followed by Jalen Riddle and Nolan Miller. LJ Lehue, after his 2 RBI performance on Sunday, gets the start in the 4 spot. Nick Jamino back with the Drifters batting 5th. Peyton Tyner batting 6th. Jacob Villapando, Mona Hefferman, and Rylan Detzler rounds out the Springfield lineup. First pitch by the former Springfield Drifter, Austin Dillon, is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Gebhard. These two were teammates in Springfield last season, so we'll see who gets the advantage this time. As Dillon wheels and deals up the middle, Gebhard has a base hit. Gebby stays hot, picks up his 4th hit of the season, and he's a dangerous base runner. He currently leads the WCL in stolen bases this season, has 5 through 3 games, including 3 steals on Sunday. In fact, he was able to manufacture a run on Sunday by stealing third base, forcing a throw to third. It went up the left field line. He was able to come in and score. And the loss for Springfield, 7-8 in extra innings. So here's Jalen Riddle a local product from Lane Community College. He shows bunt, bunts it to the third base side. A pretty good bunt. Dylan has trouble with it, and he doesn't have a play at first base. Great play by Jalen Riddle on the infield single. Gets credited as a hit. Back-to-back singles, put 2 aboard for Springfield and the bottom of the first inning. So here's Nolan Miller, back with the Drifters, his 3rd season in Springfield. He's the club's all-time hits leader. First pitch to Miller, taken inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Some teams, especially in the WCL, love to play small ball, and in this situation, runners at first and second, nobody out. Probably 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, you're going to see a sacrifice bunt. Not with Nolan Miller at the plate. With his bat, you want him to swing it. But he pops up the 1-0 pitch out towards left center field. Coming in is Guler. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Defensively today for Yakima Valley, Garen Guler out in left field, Tayson Miller in center field, Maliki Emery Henderson out in right, Daichi Furuhata is the third baseman, Derek Almeida is the shortstop, Nick Velasquez at second base, Jackson Walker, the former Drifter, at first base, and Oviel Ramos is the catcher behind the plate. 1 out, 2 on. Bottom of the first inning. Springfield looking to strike first in this baby blue on baby blue matchup. Dylan out of the stretch delivers. Gebhard tries to steal third, and he'll get there safely. Staying at first base is Riddle, but Gebhard has his 6th steal of the season. And entering the year, Gebhard, he said that he wanted to break the Drifters' all-time steals record, which was actually broken last season by Jack Brooks. Now, Jack, he came to the Drifters at the midway point in the season, I think right before July 1st, and he ended up playing, I want to say, 42 games on the season. Ended up stealing 30 bases. Well, Gebhard's on pace to beat that record if he keeps it up this summer. So now runners on the corners, 1 out. No balls and 1 strike to LJ Lehue. Lehue takes up and inside. 1-1. Lehue, originally from Texas, plays at Rice University, redshirted this past season. Throw goes to first, and back there safely is Riddle. Lehue is a switch hitter for Springfield. A couple of switch hitters in the lineup. Him and Rylan Detzler, both switch hitters for Springfield. Pretty unique. I don't think we've seen a ton of switch hitters in Springfield over the past 4 seasons. 1-1 pitch is high. Riddle takes off towards second. The throw goes to second. Gebhard breaks home, and he's going to score! Springfield takes the lead. Manufacturing runs on the base pass as Gebhard steals 2 bases and comes home to score to give the Drifters a 1-0 lead. Absolute chaos ball so far as Riddle reached second base safely, so he has a steal. And now a runner in scoring position at second with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Dylan delivers high, and it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Lehue went 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles and 3 walks on Sunday. Despite the Drifters losing in extra innings, Lehue was a real reason why Springfield led 5-1 in that ball game. And he works another walk. Man, he's a walk machine. 7 walks on the season, and it's only game number 4. Brings up Nick Jamino. Jamino, a redshirt sophomore at Oregon Tech, transferred there this past season after spending his freshman year at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Redshirted at Cal Poly, transferred to Oregon Tech, and it paid off. First pitch up and inside by Dylan, 1-0. Camino with Springfield, 3 hits and 11 at-bats, but this past season at Oregon Tech, first team All-CCC. Ended up hitting .369 with 6 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. He was phenomenal for the Owls. 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. And he was a guy that spent last summer in Springfield as well. Really credited the summer with Springfield for jump-starting his spring season at Oregon Tech down in Klamath Falls. Dillon will spin around, fire back towards second, and back there safely is Riddle. But he redshirted at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Didn't get a ton of reps down at SLO, obviously. Didn't get any live action. And so he came to Springfield pretty raw and kind of springboarded him for the spring as he swings and misses at the 1-1, and it's now 1-2. He started the season on a 10-game hit streak and had hits in 14 of the first 15 games of the season with the Owls. Shot out of the cannonball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dillon picks up his first strikeout. Two are gone here in inning number 1. Drifters leading 1-0 after the double steal with Gebhardt coming home.
Coming to the plate, number 6, right fielder Peyton Tyner.
Brings up Peyton Tyner. First pitch to Tyner. Taken up and away. 1-0. Tyner, he's originally from Eugene. Spent last summer with the Marion Berries. But very excited to be back home this summer and playing with the Drifters. Had a great season at Lane Community College, his second season there, looking for that next destination. 1-0, up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And so far in the season with Springfield, a .385 average, 5 hits and 13 at-bats with 2 walks and a double. Has an open stance as a left-handed hitter. Rocks the bat, and the pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes to Tyner. Pretty great crowd for opening night here in Springfield. Fans continue to file in for Springfield night as the 3-0 pitch is in for a strike, 3-1. Tons of community partners are in the ballpark as well. Now, Will Amelane's here, Sub is here, City of Springfield is here. Mayor Sean Van Gordon throughout the first pitch this afternoon. 3-1 pitch, drops in for a strike, 3-2. So a full count to Peyton Tyner with a runner in scoring position at second. L.J. Lehue at first base after his walk. Payoff pitch. Tyner chops it towards the right side. Charging in is Velasquez. He fields, throws on the run, and the play is made to end the inning. Well, 1 run comes in on 2 hits in the inning. No errors defensively. And 2 left on base. We'll now head to the second inning. 1-0 the score here from Springfield.
After 1, the Drifters lead 1-0, 1 run on 2 hits. And we're heading to the top of the second. Have you visited the team's Springfield tables yet? Complete your passport card and turn it in at the bins at each ticket booth by the 4th inning for a chance to win a prize tonight. You don't have to be present to win, so make sure you go check it out in between innings. Attention Drifters fans, we'd also love to give a heartfelt shout out to some very special groups that are in attendance tonight. From Baker Webb Academy, the Twin Rivers Rotary Club, Food for Lane County, your beer batter sponsor, Daypro, and finally, Team Springfield and our Springfield Night partners. Thank you for coming out tonight and for your support of the Springfield Drifters. Now batting number 25, DH Parker Burke.
Parker Burke is leading things off here in inning number 2. Pippins trail the Drifters 1-0. Back on the bump is Tristan Ledbetter. His first pitch here in inning number 2 comes in for a strike to Burt, 0-1. Burt, the DH, having a good start to the season for Yakima Valley. In fact, he's played 2 games, and although it's limited action, he currently leads the WCL in batting average. Takes the pitch inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So far, 5 hits and 7 at-bats. Pretty good stuff from the product from Regis College out in Colorado. 1-1, a check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. De Jesus out at first base. Says he went around for strike 2. Burt, Guler, and Almeida due up for the Pippins. Ledbetter, 2 strikeouts to end the first inning. Ledbetter rocks and fires the 1-2. A little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Burt. Burt, originally from Mansfield, Texas, graduate of Mansfield High School, started his career at Dallas College Northlake before transferring to Regis. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Rings him up. 3 straight strikeouts for Ledbetter. Matches his season high that he set in his Drifters debut.
Now batting number 27, Garen Guler.
So it brings up Garen Guler. Guler, the left fielder this afternoon, another returner for Yakima Valley, who's recently committed to the University of Portland back on April 13th after finishing up 2 years at Yakima Valley College. First pitch from Ledbetter is in for a strike, 0-1. Guler, 6'3", 225 from Natchez, Washington. So far in the season, 4 hits and 8 at-bats, a .500 batting average with the double, and 6 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch misses. One ball and 1 strike to Guler. Game number 2 of their series against Walla Walla had the go-ahead 2 RBI double in the 8th inning. Was the hero for the Pippins then. Now spoils the 1-1 pitch, 1-2. Last season with the Pippins, not a ton of success, just 7 hits and 42 at-bats. But had a good spring at Yakima Valley College. The 1-2 to him. It's a little bit high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In fact, this past spring for Yakima Valley College, batted .335. Hit 5 home runs, had 14 doubles, and now is going to go play on the bluff for the Pilots. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Ledbetter. It's up high. Count goes full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gould. Ledbetter waits, now nods, takes a breath, rocks and fires. The payoff pitch is lined out towards left field. Detzler into the alley, comes in and makes the catch. 2 away.
Now batting number 16, Derek Almeida.
So Derek Almeida is going to come up to the plate, the shortstop. Almeida originally from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Just wrapped up his 2nd year of junior college baseball at Citrus College after spending his freshman year at Chaffee. First pitch is inside from Ledbetter, 1-0. He's hitless so far in the season, 0 for 4, only 1 start. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Ledbetter. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Ledbetter this past season at Umpqua Community College appeared in 10 games, 7 starts. Quality arm for the Riverhawks. 2-0 is looked at for a strike, 2-1. Throws a fastball, has a changeup, a slider, and a curveball. See what he does here. The 2-1. Catches the low outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Beautiful pitch from Ledbetter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes, and everybody but Almeida thought that was the count. He thought it was 4 balls and was taken off towards first base. You'd see Lehue behind the plate hold up 3 fingers right away. Payoff pitch, popped foul behind the plate. So full count upcoming. Ledbetter, he said to righties, really likes to throw the curveball. See if he digs deep here. Goes with the breaking ball here on the full count pitch. Or whether or not he challenges the shortstop in Almeida. The payoff pitch, fouled back. Like the changeup that time from Ledbetter. We'll do another payoff pitch. The 3-2 delivery. Called strike 3. Rings him up. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tristan Ledbetter, as he's now up to 4 strikeouts with 2 backwards Ks in inning number 2. We head to the bottom of the second, 1-0 the score. Springfield leading here on the Drifters streaming network.
Inning and a half, no runs on no hits, no runners left on. The Drifters still lead 1-0. The Springfield Utility Board is proud to power our community with reliable water and electric service every single day. Stop by their table tonight and learn how Sub supports your home and helps keep Springfield running year-round. Don't miss their first ever drone show presented by Sub, lighting up the sky on June 19th right here at the Hamlin Sports Complex. Make sure to get your tickets today at driftersbaseball.com. Coming to the plate for the Drifters, number 9, shortstop Jacob Villapando.
Inning number 2, Springfield leading 1-0. Bottom of the order, 2 up. Jacob Villapando takes the first pitch up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Juana Heffernan and Rylan Detzler due up. Batters 7, 8, and 9 for Springfield. Villapando swings at the 1-0, sends it deep out towards left field. Guler back to the trap, stops and makes the catch for out number 1. Villapando flies out, and now Mana Heffernan will come to the dish. Mana, originally from Hawaii, plays his home games at this ballpark for Bushnell University. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, going 1. Just wrapped up his freshman season there and had a heck of a season with the Beacons. Had 14 starts as a true freshman, appeared in 33 games, and he hit .358. Had 24 hits on the season, so he made them count when he earned them. 0-1, Heffernan takes a strike right at the letters. Man, that's a brutal call. Even just looking at the TrackMan right now, almost a full box above the strike zone, but they call it a strike. It's a tough break call for Heffernan. Stands at the back of the box. Looks at a pitch from Dillon and fouls it off. We'll do the 0-2 again. Five multi-hit games as a freshman for the Beacons. Good success in Hawaii, too, at St. Louis High School. First-team All-State player there. And ended up coming to Springfield, Oregon to play his college baseball. He fouls off the 0-2, stays alive. That's always a unique one. Do you say that you play college baseball in Springfield, or do you say you play college baseball in Eugene? Because technically they go to school in Eugene at Bushnell University, but all of their games are in Springfield. Two separate communities nearby. Feel free to answer that question in the chat. The 0-2 drops in for a strike, as it's the second strikeout for Austin Dillon. 2 up, 2 down to begin the bottom of the second.
Now batting number 11, Rylan Tetzler.
So here's Rylan Detzler, switch hitter, graduate of Sheldon High School. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it up the first base line, and ooh, they say foul. Just went right of the chalk at the last minute, they say. So no balls and 1 strike to Detzler. Now playing at Warner Pacific. Warner Pacific just restarted their program, and Detzler, a part of the restart up in Portland. The 0-1, up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Started his career at Mount Hood Community College. The 1-1, swings and fouls it away. 1-2. His younger brother Jackson just recently committed to Umpqua Community College, also graduating from Sheldon High School. He just wrapped up his high school baseball season, the Irish winning 2 rounds before being eliminated by Clackamas, the number 1 seed at the 6A level. Detzler, a high chopper out towards the right side, and it goes foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Detzler. Dillon takes a breath and delivers. A little bit low. 2-2. Drifters today also wearing pinstripe pants for the very first time. Coaches love them. Seen Dean Stiles and Jeff Lyle both rock them all the time. And typically you rarely find coaches wearing baseball pants outside of the game and maybe practice, but even after practice or before practice, you'll see them lounging around in them. They just feel like they're comfortable. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Dillon. Chopper up the middle, over the head of Dillon. Charging in is Almeida, the shortstop, and collided with the second baseman, Velasquez. Detzler's going to reach on an infield single.
Back to the top of the lineup, number 5, center fielder Aiden Gebhard.
Brings up Aiden Gebhard. He singled his first time up, also stole 2 bases. He's up to 7 steals on the season. It's impressive. Almost averaging 2 steals per game. Gebhard swings and misses. 0-1. So Gebhard, the reason why it is 1-0 Springfield. Singled, advanced to second after a bunt single by Jalen Riddle, stole third, and then with runners on the corners, it was a double steal. Riddle took second, and then Gebhard came home. He shows bunt, bunts it up the third base side, and it goes just left of the line. Boy, if that stays fair, Gebhard's at first with his second single of the afternoon. Instead, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Gebhard, his 3rd season in Springfield. Last year, played 5 games with the Drifters before injuring himself during the season. His injury actually prevented him from playing this past spring at Northwest Nazarene. Had just transferred there after spending 1 year at University of Northern Colorado. Started at Lane Community College, so went from the NWAC to D1, back to D2. Gebhardt takes inside 1-2. And redshirted this past year at Northwest Nazarene, although he feels like he's the strongest he's been. We haven't seen him on the mound yet, but he is going to two-way this summer with Springfield, and the intention is he's going to two-way at Northwest Nazarene as well. 1-2 pitch to him. He swings and misses. It gets away from Ramos. He's throwing on his knees to first base, but Gebhardt beats it out. It's strikeout number 3 for Austin Dillon, but Gebhardt with his wheels ends up at first base. Detzler advances to second. 2 on and 2 out in a 1-0 ball game in the bottom of the second. So here's Jalen Riddle. As mentioned, had a bunt single his first time up. First pitch to him. Taken down and away, 1-0. So Riddle plays at Lane Community College. He's originally from the coast, North Bend, Oregon, his hometown. Had a unique prep career where he played for 2 different Legion baseball teams during the summer. 1 summer in Roseburg with the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, and then a summer in Eugene with the Eugene Challengers. Takes the 1-0 pitch for a strike, 1-1, but Eugene's kind of been home base for him. Wanted to play for the Drifters really bad because of his home ties. Check swing, down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two 2-1 from Dillon. A little bit low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up and inside. And it's going to be a walk for Riddle.
Now batting number 22, first baseman, Nolan Miller.
So Nolan Miller will come to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Miller takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Miller, who flew out to left field his first time up. Dillon dangles the arm and comes set. Delivers outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And this is exactly who you want up to the plate if you're Springfield, and Nolan Miller, the team's all-time hits leader. 71 hits in his Drifters career across 2 seasons, 60 of them happening last year, as he laces a ball to left field down the line, and it goes just foul. Looked pretty good off the bat, just kept on slicing, and ultimately landed in the beer garden area. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Miller trying to make an impact in his Drifters debut here in 2026. Had a really good season at University of Portland. Started pretty hot for the Pilots. Cooled off in the middle portion of the year, but ended pretty strong as well. Ended up starting 35 games as a sophomore on the Bluff. but goes down swinging as he chases the ball in the dirt. And Dylan picks up his 4th strikeout. Gets out of the bases loaded jam after the drop third strike. Kept the inning alive for Springfield. Scores 1-0 as we now head to the 3rd here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
No hits, no errors, and bases left loaded. After 2, the Drifters lead 1-0.
How's it going, Drifters fans? I'm walking down here on the first baseline. I've got my friends Adam, Maddie, and Caitlin here, and we're going to be doing some dizzy bat. So what they're going to do is they're going to line up at this D right here. They're going to spin around for 5 seconds and race all the way down to rapid. If you want to come a little closer, that'd be pretty cool. Come to this coaching box right here. I need everybody to cheer as loud as they can. Are you guys ready?
Moves fast. Your car, your home, your family, they're everything. At Candace Hook Insurance, we've been protecting Eugene families for nearly a decade with personalized coverage that fits your life. Auto, home, life, business, whatever you need, we're here. Because families are the backbone of our community. Get your free quote today at eugeneinsuranceagent.com or call 541-687-4800. Protecting dreams, one family at a time.
Leading off the top of the 3rd inning, number 12, Jackson Walker.
Jackson Walker leading things off for inning number 3 for the Yakima Valley Pippins as they trail 1-0 against Springfield. Tristan Ledbetter back to work and hits Walker on the first pitch. You wore it right on the back, and welcome back to Springfield, Jackson Walker, as the hit by pitch puts the former Drifter at first base.
Now batting your drive-through beer batter of the game, number 5, Ovil Ramos.
And finally, we get our Dry Pro beer batter of the game. Ovil Ramos, the catcher, the 9-hole hitter this afternoon. We did a pretty good job last season with the beer batters. We'll see how we do this season. But Dry Pro, they're sponsoring the beer batter this season as the first pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1. If the batter strikes out, that means that fans will get half off Coors Light, which is always a treat here at Hamlin Sports Complex. The 0-1. A little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. I think we got it at like a 66% clip last season. 1-1 is fouled away, 1-2. Dry Pro, if it's wet, call Justin today at 541-942-9262. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Ledbetter. Chopper to the left side, waiting for it is Villapando. Underhands it to second, and getting taken out from second base is Jalen Riddle, and they're going to call the runner at first out as well. They're going to say runner's interference by Jackson Walker. Maybe a little bit upset after being hit by a pitch. Kind of took a charge at Riddle at second base, and Riddle is still going to be able to pick up the out at first base. Crust Angel, the manager of the Pippins, coming out to talk things over with the field umpire today, DeJesus. Jackie, I see your comment about how the Drifters are on D1 pitchers. Certainly at this portion of the season, a lot of JUCO, NWAC guys, a lot of NAIA guys, Bushnell pitchers for Springfield. Drifters pitching staff honestly got a little bit depleted before the start of the season. Typically when you build a roster, there's going to be some guys that don't end up coming, whether it be injury, whether for pitchers, they reach their pitch limit in the spring. Springfield had 5 pitchers within 2 weeks from opening day end up not making the trip to Springfield to play this season. On the other side, position players, only 1 player didn't make it. So this team is filled with hitting, filled with great defensive players, but pitching staff a little bit limited at the moment. certainly once the quarter system wraps up and we hit that midway through June point, Springfield will be a little bit better situated. And I know that the team has a lot more D1 talent coming after July 1st once the transfer portal closes. So the runner is out at first base. It's a double play.
Now batting for Yakima Valley, number 3, Tyson Miller.
So it brings up Tyson Miller. 2 outs. Nobody on in the top of the third. 1-0. Springfield with the lead. Pitch is down and away. 1-0 to Miller, who flew out to left field his first time up. But Ledbetter, he's been a quality arm from the NWAC level. 1-0 is ripped out towards right field. Over a few steps towards the right is Tyner, who makes the catch to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning in unique fashion with no hits in the inning overall. We now head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 the score. It's the Drifters with the lead here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
No runs, no hits, no errors for the Pippins. Coming up in the bottom of the third inning, the Drifters coming to the plate. Willamette Lane helps make Springfield a great place to live with parks, trails, sports, and programs for all ages. Visit their table tonight to find your next class activity or place to explore. Tonight, the Drifters would love to give a shout out to our party deck guests from the St. Paul Catholic School and our Springfield Night partners. We hope you enjoy the game and thank you so much for your support of Drifters Baseball. Interested in booking a party deck for your upcoming group event? Visit our website, driftersbaseball.com today to learn more.
Bottom of the third inning, Springfield coming back up to hit. Unfortunately, the beer batter did not strike out last inning, so the fans are still paying full price for a Coors Light, which, by the way, $6 at Hamlin Sports Complex. You go to most bars in town, you're probably going to spend $6 for a beer elsewhere. Pitch down and away, 1-0. And actually, one thing that we added this season is we added a 10 kegerator from Oakshire, our partners over at Oakshire, down at the Oakshire Commons in downtown Springfield. They were gracious enough to lend us a 10 kegerator for the summer, so we've expanded our draft beer option this season at Hamlin Sports Complex. So here's L.J. Lehue, swings at the 1-0, drives it deep out towards right field, giving chase towards the wall, colliding in right field is the right fielder Maliki Emery Henderson and Tayson Miller. But Emery Henderson is able to make the catch for out number 1 and rob Lehue of a hit.
Number 17, Nick Jamino.
So it brings up Nick Jamino with a strikeout his first time up. 1-0 the score. It's Springfield with the lead here in inning number 3. Pitch from Austin Dillon is outside, 1-0. But even that draft beer that we're offering this summer here at Hamlin Sports Complex, it cost you about $7 to $8. Which again, you're going to most brew pubs, you're probably going to spend that much for a pint of beer there anyways. Pitch is in for a strike, 1-1, and why not spend that same amount of money and have a ball game in front of you? It's a pretty good deal if you ask me. Also, $4 hot dogs, $2 hot dogs on Wednesdays. Can't beat that. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-2. I'm really excited for the expanded alcohol edition this year. We're also going to have an Oktoberfest in August, if you want to circle your calendars for that. Pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. On that night, August 3rd, we're going to have a bunch of the local craft breweries come to the ballpark and offer samplings. Falling Sky Brewery, they're coming up with a Drifters Falling Sky collab can that we'll have for purchase that day. Should be a fun afternoon. 2-2 is fouled back. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jamino. The pitch. Reaches for it, lines it to first base, and it's stabbed by Walker for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning for Springfield.
Now batting number 6, the right fielder, Peyton Tyner.
So here's Peyton Tyner. First pitch. Tyner takes it up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Tyner, he's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Pitch is outside, 2-0. So Tyner looking to keep the inning alive for Springfield. 2-0 pitch to him. Fouls it back, 2-1. We had Tyner join the Fox Sports Eugene radio show during FanFest and Media Day. They actually had their radio show, the Danny and Justin show, from 2 to 3. Every weekday here in town, actually broadcast live from the ballpark that day, and Tyner joined the show. 2-1 pitch is in, 2-2. Tyner had some great answers during that interview. I think he's going to be a fan favorite. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Dylan rings him up, picks up his 5th strikeout, and that'll do it for the Drifters in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead as we head to the 4th here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
The Drifters have 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and continue to lead 1-0. Drifters fans, tonight please join us in wishing a very special happy birthday to Drifters fan Scott Volstead, who is here tonight celebrating his 75th birthday with his grandkids over in Section 6. Happy birthday, Scott, and thanks for choosing to share your special day with us here at the Drifters. Happy birthday, my friend. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Yakima Valley, number 26, Daichi Furuhara.
Tristan Ledbetter back on the mound for the Springfield Drifters. The right-hander goes to work for his 4th inning. First pitch a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes to Daichi Furuhara. Furuhara, the only batter the first time through the order for Yakima Valley to pick up a hit. had a single in the infield against Ledbetter. Swings right through the 1-0 pitch, and it's 1-1. But Furuhara ended up with the Drifters last summer because of his relationship with Jackson Kister, who joined the squad pretty late in the season, but brought Furuhara with him from SWAC as he swings and skies it out towards left field. Camino gives chase, but Detzler's the one that makes the catch up against the fence out in left field for out number 1. Nice play. Kister ended up having a great season at Linfield this past year. Furuhara went back to SWAC and again had a pretty good season there, but was a very infectious personality in the locker room. In fact, to this day, we've been talking about it. Blake Stavros, before the game, we were joking about how Daichi Furuhara's favorite song was Call Me Baby by Carly Rae Jepsen. Got to play that today, this afternoon for him, as this is fouled away by Nick Velasquez. Velasquez, a strikeout his first time up against Ledbetter. The right-hander rocks and fires, pitch up and away, 1-1. Jack, I see your comment. Do I monitor the transfer portal with any particular sites or resources? Honestly, Twitter is your best bet. X, I guess, today. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-2. Oftentimes you'll see a player announce they're entering the transfer portal or where that destination is there. Another great resource, especially for you fans in the Pacific Northwest, NorthwestBaseballStats.com, NWBaseballStats.com, I believe, is the URL. Nate Rasmussen, the pitching coach at Bushnell University, or formerly the pitching coach there, created the site. 1-2 pitch is high, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and boy, is this site amazing. It has tons of great resources, stats that you didn't even think were possible to find online, and he did a great job engineering that site. 2-2 pitch from Ledbetter. Called strike 3. Rings up Velasquez. 2 away. In fact, he actually just stepped aside from his job as the pitching coach at Bushnell to work full-time on NorthwestBaseballStats.com. Back this past week, I believe he launched a beta test for a Northwest baseball video game. So you can, pick a college roster, college program in the Pacific Northwest, and then try to control that team's destiny up and away, 1-0. So a little bit of a fun story mode. So if you wanted to, you could pick Bushnell University, set the lineups each day, recruit players, and try to rise the Beacons to the top of the CCC, and then eventually move on, and then maybe take that next coaching destination, make the jump to that next stop. A swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll definitely have to play around with that this weekend. 1-1, a swing and a miss, 1-2. But definitely check out that site. That site also has list of players in the transfer portal. And I think there's a premium package that you can pay as well if you're a coach or a recruiter to find out who's in the transfer portal and find those advanced analytical numbers as well. 1-2, a swing and a miss. Ledbetter again. Another strikeout. He's up to 6 on the afternoon through 4 innings. Another 1-2-3 inning for the 3rd inning in a row for Ledbetter as we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 the score. Drifters leading here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Fans, tonight is the first of our exciting 3-game opening series against the Yakima Valley Pippins. Come back for Game 2 tomorrow night at 6:35 for our annual Little League Night celebration. All Little League coaches and players will receive free general admission and will be recognized on the field before the game. To see the full schedule and full promotional schedule, head to driftersbaseball.com or pick up a team program today. off the bottom of the fourth inning, number 9, shortstop, Jacob Villapando.
One to nothing the score as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Jacob Villapando, Mona Hefferman, and Rylan Detzler due up for the Drifters as the first pitch from Austin Dillon comes in for a strike, 0-1. Villapando, a fly out to left field, his first time up. Product from Fresno City College. The 0-1 drops the ball towards the left side. Furuhata waits for the high chopper, rips it over towards first base, and he beats Villapando for out number 1.
Now batting for the Drifters, DH number 33, Mona Heffernan.
So it brings up Mona Heffernan. Heffernan, a strikeout look in his first time up. So 1 out, nobody on for Heffernan, the designated hitter. Dillon delivers a first pitch strike, 0-1. Honestly grateful for how hazy and overcast it is today. It's a lot better to be a little bit muggy than it is to be blasting, baking in the sun this afternoon. Honestly, pretty pleasant weather for opening night. The 0-1 up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. It's up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sub is here. Special thanks to the Springfield Utility Board. They're one of our sponsors this season. They've been great to us. 2-1 is in for a strike, 2-2. In fact, they're going to be sponsoring the drone show. Drifters having a drone show for the very first time on June 19th. Get your tickets today at driftersbaseball.com. Really looking forward to that drone show coming up in a couple of weeks. 2-2, down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So full count. Pitch up coming to Heffernan. And again, a odd baby blue on baby blue matchup. Dillon nods. Pitch is down and away, and it's a walk. Walks this season brought to you by Goodwill. Stop by one of their stores this afternoon, or maybe later on this week here in Lane County. Brings up Rylan Detzler with a runner at first base. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Detzler singled his first time up. Dillon delivers. Pitch inside, 1-0. Tom, I see your comment about Springfield being close to Eugene and both are south of Portland. I'm glad you're learning geography, my friend. I know that you're out in Arkansas and this is a little bit different, but yes, Springfield is right next to Eugene. 2 cities that are close by, very connected, but they do have their own separate identities. Throw over to first base and back there safely is Heffernan. And that's why tonight we are having Springfield night to celebrate the city of Springfield, which has really revitalized itself over the past decade or so. A lot of downtown businesses starting up and really bringing life to downtown Springfield. Found away by Detzler, 1-1. But it's also pretty cool that the Drifters exist in Springfield because Springfield kind of has always been looked down upon by the Eugene residents, kind of like a little brother of sorts. But this team is Springfield's own. In fact, last year, over half the fans that bought tickets to Drifters games from Springfield. Detzler swings and misses at the 1-1, trying to take second as Heffernan. He gets there safely after the throw went into center field. It was a pretty good throw, but just bounced over the mid of Almeida. And so Heffernan is able to snag second. 55% of the ticket sales last season came from Springfield. Only 21% came from Eugene. So this is a Springfield team that is proud to be from Springfield. Ground ball out towards the right side, foul, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Detzler looking to go 2 for 2. Rather 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Low. Now it is 2-2. Speaking it into existence. So a chance to stretch the lead to 2. Dillon looks back towards second. Kicks and fires. It's fouled back. Stays alive. It's like someone getting loose in the Yakima Valley bullpen. Throw back towards second. Maybe I'm wrong. It looked like a pitcher was getting up and loose, and then they just sat down. But the way that the pitcher was moving, he had like a pole. I don't know what exactly the pole was, but it was like he was taking a golf hack, like a dry hack out in the bullpen. Got to do something to fill the time, I guess. Here's the 2-2. Got on and missed, so strikeout for Dillon. He has 6 strikeouts. Sneaky good pitchers duel this afternoon between Dillon and Ledbetter. Couple of NWAC guys. It brings up Aiden Gebhard. A single and a strikeout, reach base safely both times. 2 outs, runner at second. Gebhard a chance to stretch the Springfield lead to 2. Cuts and misses, 0-1. Honestly, I think that's what makes the WCL so great, is that you get guys at the NWAC level like Austin Dillon and Tristan Ledbetter that just wrapped up their second season of junior college baseball, and they're now looking for that next destination. They're trying to go play at a 4-year university, and playing in the WCL is a great opportunity to give yourself a chance to be recruited by those schools. Swing and a miss by Gebhard, and it falls to 0-2. And even the guys that are at the Division I level, they're able to enter the transfer portal if they choose to, and they're able to use the WCL as an opportunity to get recruited for their next destination in the transfer portal. The 0-2 up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I've often found that in my time covering the Drifters, these past 4 seasons, this now my 5th season calling games for the Drifters, those NWAC guys and D3 guys that always have the best effort. Swing and a miss by Gebhard. Another strikeout for Austin Dillon. He's up to 7 on the afternoon as the Drifters leave 1 stranded at second base after a walk and a steal. We now head to the 5th inning. 1-0 the score. It's the Drifters with the lead here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
1-0. Let's send it down to the field with Monty.
How about that Drifters lead, folks? We'll take it. I've got my friends Quentin and Micah down here, and we're going to be introducing a new game presented by our friends at the Springfield Utility Board. We have a little water balloon home run derby coming on. You guys want to scoot down just a little bit this way. Towards this way. There we go. They're each going to get 5 balloons. Whoever hits the most gets a prize. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, we got 1 for Quentin here. Mike is catching up. It's 2-1. Cole with the lead. They both hit 2. 3-2. All right. Mike is staying in the game. We got 2 more balls for each. You ready? Colton gets 4. Mike is at 3. Colton can take it right here. Don't miss, Colton. Ready? And he gets it. And Mike is smashes it too. Colton's going to win 5-4, and he's going to get a Drifters t-shirt. Give a round of applause for these guys. We'll see you in the bottom of the 6th.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning, number 25, DH Parker Burt.
Top of the 5th inning, and Tristan Ledbetter is still on the mound for the Springfield Drifters. The right-hander from Umpqua Community College has 4 scoreless innings, and we'll see what Ledbetter does here in inning number 5. Facing off against Parker Burt, Garen Guler, and Derek Almeida. Special thanks to Candace Hook Insurance, protecting what matters most with personalized coverage, trusted guidance, and hometown service from Candace Hook Insurance Services. First pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes to Parker Burt, who had a strikeout look in his first time up. 1-0 Springfield with the lead. Drifters taking the lead back in the first inning. It's been a pitcher's duel since. Swing and a miss. Look out! Oh my goodness. Almost hit Garen Guler in the on-deck circle as Burt lost the bat and almost took out his teammate's knee. My goodness. I've seen the bat fly before. I've never seen it that close to hitting the on-deck batter. That was crazy. I saw the other day I believe it was the Tulsa Drillers or Oklahoma City baseball team, the AAA team for the Dodgers. They had a bat dog that came onto the field to retrieve the bat, and the guy was coming in after scoring. He had to leap over the dog and ended up injuring himself on the play. This is fouled away. Not saying that that's anywhere similar to losing a bat, but just made me think of those unique injuries that happen right near the dugout when you're not even involved in the play. But that's baseball. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ledbetter. He nods his head. He wants this pitch. Looks into Lehue. Lets it rip. Sliced out towards shallow right field, down the line, and it goes foul. Ledbetter allowed a single to Daichi Furuhata back in the first inning. Since that point, 1, 2, 3 innings in innings number 2, 3, and 4. 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 strikeouts in the second, and 2 in the fourth to get up to 6 on the afternoon. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Ledbetter. Golfed at and spoiled away out towards the party deck. Party decks this season sponsored by Summit Bank. And foul balls this season are brought to you by Monica Smith, American Family Insurance, protecting you from life's unexpected hits. One ball and 2 strikes. Ledbetter nods. Delivers. Cut on and miss. Ledbetter, his 7th strikeout, 3rd straight dating back to last inning. And it's the same part of the order he did that to back in inning number 1 and 2. Velasquez, Emery Henderson, and Parker Burt. Brings up Garen Guler. A fly out to left field. Guler's first time up. Ledbetter's first pitch to Guler. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So here the Drifters expanded their partnership opportunities. Gotten a ton of support from the Springfield community, Eugene as well, of course. Communities, again, intertwined. Probably our best opening day turnout in program history. 1-0 is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Expecting a crowd of about 800 or so fans this evening, and I'd say we're pretty close to that. It's comfortable size. Still have a ton of room in the bleachers area, but still a good amount of bodies in the ballpark. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's popped out of play to the first base side, 1-2, and Ledbetter has a chance for strikeout number 8. Ledbetter again takes a breath. He's ready. Nods his head, gets the grip, and lets her rip. Curveball, strike 3. Got him to chase on the breaking ball outside. Guler's down on strikes, and Ledbetter has 4 straight strikeouts,
Now batting shortstop,
and he's up to
number
8
16,
on the afternoon.
Derek Almeida.
Derek Almeida is coming to the plate. Strikeout look in his first time up. Ledbetter's first pitch. Popped in the air out towards shallow center field. Gebhardt jogs in. Squeezes the mitt for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Tristan Ledbetter. We're halfway through this ball game, and Springfield is leading 1-0. And to the bottom of the 5th here from Hamlin Sports Complex on the Drifters streaming network.
We'd like to send a special shout out to all of our Drifter Helping Kids sponsors, including Mercedes-Benz, Edge Construction, and Platt. This year, all kids ages 12 and under receive free general admission to Drifters home games throughout the season, excluding fireworks night, when accompanied by a paid adult. Plus, thanks to our partners at Northwest Natural, Ford Fleet, and Dairy Mart, all kids receive free access to the brand new Drifters Kid Zone on the third base side. Leading off for the Drifters, the second baseman, number 1, Jalen Riddle.
Bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Drifters leading 1-0 here from Hamlin Sports Complex. A great crowd this afternoon here at the ballpark. Riddle into the box. 2-hole hitter. Checks his swing on the first pitch from Austin Dillon. He did not go around. Man, the Jesus feels like a little bit inconsistent this afternoon. 1 ball and no strikes. Dillon delivers, and a swing and a miss. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Riddle. 1-2. We rarely see a pitcher's duel at Hamlin Sports Complex. I can't count on my hand how many pitcher's duels we had last season, but so far today it's been a great pitching performance by Austin Dillon and Tristan Ledbetter through the first 4.5 innings. 1-2 pitch is outside to Riddle. 2-2. But Ledbetter has 8 strikeouts. Dillon has 7 through 4 innings. 2-2. Riddle checks his swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. And the count goes full. New to the ballpark this year is the Northwest Natural Kids Zone. Dairy Mart and the Kendall Ford Fleet also joining in on that sponsorship of the Kids Zone. Special thanks to them. 3-2, line down the left field line. It's fair! Oh, come on. That looked fair from here. Jeff Lyle was saying that was fair. He's in disbelief. I mean, that looked right of the line. That's a tough one. So the call does not go Springfield's way. So Riddle will have to get back in the box. He thought he was headed to second with extra bases. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. It's fouled away. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Dillon has his 8th strikeout. And he has 3 straight strikeouts dating back to last inning.
Number 22, first baseman Nolan Miller.
Brings up Nolan Miller, who's 0 for 2 in his return to Springfield. So Miller into the box. New walk-up song this year for Nolan Miller. As he grounds it to the left side. Diving play by Almeida, but he can't get to it. Nolan Miller has his 72nd hit as a Springfield Drifter. Just adds on to his all-time hits lead. Ends up at first base. Now Cooper Mullins is returning for his 4th season of baseball this summer with Springfield. And last year it was fun to see who's going to break the record for most hits in a season. Is it going to be Nolan Miller? Is it going to be Cooper Mullins? I think with about 4 games to go, Mullins was ahead of Miller by 1 hit. Mullins went hitless. Miller picked up 2 hits and broke the record. Ended up hanging on as Mullins finished hitless in the final home game, and then Nolan Miller went on the road for the final 3 games of the season and added on to his hits total. But Mullins is going to have a ton of reps this summer to try to get back at Miller. A couple of local products. Miller from Sheldon High School and Mullins from Marist High School. First pitch to L.J. Lehue, misses down and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. That hit by Nolan Miller, the Drifters' first hit since the 2nd inning. Just 4th overall. The 1-0. A little bit high, 2 balls and no strikes. Lehue looking for his first hit. Had another walk to his name back in the 1st inning. Now up to 7 walks on the season. 2-0 is outside, 3 balls and no strikes. So Lehue redshirted this past season at Rice, and coach is already praising him for his leadership. A young guy in the locker room, but somebody that they feel like is poised to have a big role as a leader on this team. 3-0 in for a strike, 3-1, and you certainly want that out of your catcher. Compact catcher, 5'8", 205, and a switch hitter nonetheless. 3-1 pitch from Dillon. It's inside, and it's another walk for Lehue. Man, he is a walk machine. 8 walks on the season. He's averaging 2 walks per game.
Now batting number 17, Nick Jamino.
Brings up Nick Jamino. Jamino, a strikeout swinging and a line out to first base, and now Crust Angel is coming out. There is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. We'll see if this is it for Austin Dillon. Good to know that Crust Angel is also superstitious like me. I just saw him take a big skip over the third base line as he was on his way to the mound. He's taking the ball from Austin Dillon. Mound visits this season are brought to you by St. Vincent de Paul. Visit both of their stores in Springfield today, where you'll find out that St. Vinny's is more than just a thrift store. So, bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out with 2 runners aboard. We'll take a quick timeout, let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pippins, number 28, Bo Lloyd. Again, hitting for the Drifters, number 17, Nick Jamino.
So the new pitcher in the game is Bo Lloyd. He comes in for Austin Dillon. 4 1/3 innings pitch with 4 hits. 1 run so far credited to Dillon with 4 walks and 8 strikeouts. Pretty good stuff for Dillon in his return to Hamlin Sports Complex, as Bo Lloyd delivers a first pitch breaking ball that's cut on and missed by Gamino. 0-1. So Gamino 0 for 2, a strikeout back in the first inning, and then a line out in the third. So he's looking for his first hit today in his return to Hamlin Sports Complex. He's signed to just a 10-day contract. He might come back for July, but has some stuff going on in mid to late June. So just a 10-day guy for right now. The 0-1, in for a strike. Catches the low outside corner, 0-2. The Drifters certainly going to take him on their roster for right now after his season at Oregon Tech. No balls and 2 strikes. Lloyd delivers a breaking ball that's sliced out towards the right side, knocked down by Velasquez at second. A really good job to just save a run. It's going to go down as an infield hit for Gamino, but Miller advances to third. Lehue advances to second, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, but Velasquez kept that one going into right field, and that prevented Miller from breaking home from third base to score. So bases loaded, 1 out for Springfield, and this is an area that they struggled in over the weekend in Bend, hitting with runners in scoring position. They had a ton of hits, just a ton of runners left on base throughout the weekend. First pitch to Tyner is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Tyner hitless today. Rounded out to second back in the first. A strikeout looking in the third. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Tyner fouls it away. That one's headed for the seats. Protect your home team with American Family Insurance. Call 541-344-1037 to receive a quote today from Monica Smith Agency. American Family Insurance, our foul ball sponsor all season long. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Tyner checks his swing. He did not go around. 2-1. Lloyd, this is his second appearance of the season for Yakima Valley. 1 1/3 innings pitch with 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Entering his second season at Citrus College out in California. 2-1. It's a fastball at the letters for a strike. Man, a couple of close calls that do not go Springfield's way. Tyner asks for clarification and gets it as he gets back into the box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Lloyd. Bounce to the left side, fielded by Furuhata. Thinks about going home. He taps on the third base bag, goes to first and gets a double play. It didn't look pretty, but he got it done. And that'll do it for the Drifters in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 are left stranded after 2 hits in the inning. No errors defensively, as we'll now head to the 6th inning. 1-0 the score. The Drifters leading here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Attention Drifter fans, once again, we'd like to show some love to some very special groups that are in attendance tonight from Baker Webb Academy, the Twin Rivers Rotary, Food for Lane County, your beer batter sponsor, Dry Pro, and finally, Team Springfield and our Springfield Night partners. Thanks again for coming out and for your support of Springfield Drifter Baseball. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Drifters, number 28, Colton Perez. Now batting, number 12, Jackson Walker.
Jackson Walker leading things off. A new pitcher into the ball game for Springfield as Colton Perez delivers the pitch down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Walker. Walker, his first time up, he was hit by a pitch. Just saw one pitch and wore it right on the back in his return to Hamlin Sports Complex. 1-0 pitch for Perez. Down and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. What an outing for Tristan Ledbetter. 5 innings pitched for the right-hander from Umpqua Community College. He only allowed 1 hit. No runs through the 5 innings. He didn't have a walk. He did have 1 hit by pitch. And he struck out 8 batters. Have yourself a day, Tristan Ledbetter. 1-0, Springfield with the lead. A 1 hopper goes to short. Villapando fields. He fires to first. And the play is made for out number 1.
Now batting your Dry Pro beer batter of the game, number 5, Avil Ramos.
Avil Ramos will come to the plate, the Dry Pro beer batter. Dry Pro, if it's wet, call Justin today at 541-942-9262. Got a big Dry Pro group in attendance today. First pitch in for a strike to Ramos, 0-1. Ramos, his first time up. Grounded into a double play. Double plays this season brought to you by Michael Barkley's Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. And this season when the Drifters turn 2, you'll hear Michael Barkley, Farmers Insurance. Hit up the middle by Ramos into center field, and the fans a big moan because they realize they're not getting half off Coors Light. It's a single for Ramos, just the second hit of the game issued by the Drifters pitching staff.
Tyson Miller.
And it brings up Tyson Miller. Miller 0 for 2, a fly out to left field and a fly out to right field. And Perez is going to have to work out of the stretch. So Perez, he's currently in the transfer portal. Started his career at Gonzaga. Ended up leaving Gonzaga after just 1 term and then spent the last 2 seasons, spring seasons, at Vanguard. As a breaking ball drop in for a strike. 0-1. But after 2 successful seasons at Vanguard, he re-entered the transfer portal, and he's looking for his next destination, looking to use this summer as an opportunity to springboard his career to next spring. 0-1 is outside, 1-1. Perez, originally from Laverne, California. This is his first appearance on the mound. We've seen him at first base and designated hitter this season. Pitch down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. But he is a two-way player. Appeared in 4 games this past season at Vanguard. Had a 3.00 ERA in 9 innings, meaning that he gave up 3 earned runs. 9 walks and 7 strikeouts. Only issued 4 hits in 9 innings, though. He'll go back to first base. Nolan Miller is there to play catch with him. Ramos back in plenty of time. Two balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Perez. Up and away, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Bunted up the third base side. Perez fields. He'll go to 1. He loses his footing, and he doesn't have to play at first base. Miller legs it out for a bunt single, and now 2 runners are aboard for Yakima Valley here in the top of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 26, Daichi Furuhata.
Daichi Furuhata is coming back up to the plate. A strikeout and a flyout so far for Furuhata. See Rapid for the very first time today. He's making his rounds in the stands. He's a great boy. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1. I remember Daichi being a big fan of Rapid, too. His parents as well. I remember his parents came out from Japan, and they loved it. It was a cool experience for them. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Perez. Reached for and flared out towards shallow right field. Riddle is back, and he makes the catch. Needed that. Gets the second out. 2 runners aboard.
Now batting.
Now 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Nick Velasquez.
Brings up Nick Velasquez. 2 strikeouts so far for Velasquez. We'll see if Perez can give him the sombrero. Perez, his first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. I think I remember at the end of last summer when Daichi's parents were in town, Kister was saying, now next time I got to go to Japan. Ethan, you got to follow up on that story. Ethan, he's doing production today. He goes to Linfield, or went to Linfield. Actually just graduated this past weekend. Pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Congratulations to Ethan. He actually passed all of his classes, including the wine class that he forgot about midway through the season. But he got there. You know, he walked. That's all that matters. But covered the Linfield baseball team this past year. He has the connections to Jackson Kister. We'll have to figure out if he did go to Japan this offseason. Who knows? Maybe he's in Japan right now. Pitch in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Velasquez. Be quite the story. Perez delivers, and it's fouled back, 2-2. Ethan's on it. This is like watching journalism in action. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 6th. Perez looking to keep the Drifters in front. 2-2. Breaking ball popped up out towards right center field. Gebhard, center fielder, stops in the alley, makes the catch for the final out. Well, 2 runners left stranded after 2 hits in the inning. No errors defensively and no runs. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0 the score. It's the Drifters with the lead. They're on the Drifters streaming network.
Do you want to be like a drifter? Well, you can train like a drifter. Come work out with our players at West Coast Strength here in Springfield. West Coast Strength is our workout partner, and now they could be yours as well. Visit them at their Eugene and Springfield locations, and who knows, one day you might be a Drifters ball player too. your attention, please. If you're missing a cell phone, we have it up in the press box. Just make sure you can come up and describe it. Thanks. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Drifters, number 9, shortstop Jacob Villapando.
First pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the order, Jacob Villapando, Mona Hefferman, and Ryland Detzler, batter 7, 8, 9, due up for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Drifters leading 1-0. Pitch from Bo Lloyd drops in for a strike. 1-1. Villapando at the plate, a fly out and a ground out. Did not play this past spring, was recovering from a broken wrist that he sustained last year at Fresno City College. Pitch outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Broke his wrist at the end of his sophomore season at FCC and then had to recover. Took a gap year this past season. 2-1, down and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Went back to Bakersfield, where he's from, and rehabbed there, and now has found a home in Springfield this summer and is hoping to get recruited this summer from his play in the WCL and find that next destination, keep his baseball career alive. 3-1 is fouled away, 3-2. We got Addison in the booth with us at FanFest. He said that Bakersfield, or rather Bend, Oregon, was the Bakersfield of Oregon. We asked Jacob about it. He said, I've never been to Bend. I don't know. Well, sure enough, he has 3 hits in his first 3 at-bats, including 3 RBIs to start his Drifters career. And so we get him in the postgame on Friday. And I asked him, I said, Jacob, you've been to Bend now. Is Bend like Bakersfield? Which, if you're an Oregonian or just a common sense person, you'd typically say no. Bend is nothing like Bakersfield because Bakersfield is hot and there's no river. I mean, the Kern River exists. The pitch is up and inside, and going to first base is Villapando. But it's not like the beautiful Deschutes River. You can at least swim in the Deschutes, float down the Deschutes. If you do that in the Kern, you might not come out of the Kern. But he said Vince Guenna Stadium reminded him of Sam Malin Ballpark, where the old Bakersfield Blaze team used to play back in the day. And he said it was well maintained. Sam Malin has taken a beating throughout the years, especially since the Blaze have left minor league baseball. Now they have the Bakersfield Train Robbers. They're in existence. They're in the Pecos League. Semi-professional, independent baseball. Pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1. In fact, one of my best friends in high school actually plays for the Train Robbers. How he's still playing baseball, I don't know, but, you know, they'll take those types of guys in that league, and he's playing for the Train Robbers now, and Sam Lynn is his ballpark. He sent me a photo the other day, and I got to say, there is probably about soccer ball-sized holes in that field. There's a swing and a miss by Heffernan, 0-2. It's very patchy. But they still play baseball there. No balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th with a runner at first and a 1-0 ball game. The 0-2. Launched to left field. Guler back to the track. And it's off the wall. Digging for third is Villapando. Into second with a stand-up double is Heffernan. And the Drifters have their first extra base hit this afternoon. And they begin the bottom of the 6th with 2 runners in scoring position. Up the double for Heffernan. Really cranked that one to left field.
The Drifters, the left fielder, number 11, Ryland Detzler.
It brings up Ryland Detzler with a chance to stretch the Springfield lead with a base hit to 3. Infield comes in. Center fielder Tyson Miller shifts over towards left. First pitch is popped up out towards the third base side. Furuhata in the dugout, reaches over the railing and makes the catch. Have a day, Daichi. Really nice play defensively at third. And it's a big first down for Bo Lloyd. So it brings up Aiden Gebhard. Gebhard into the box. A single and 2 strikeouts so far, although you reach base safely back in the second after a drop third strike. First pitch a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes. Honestly, in this situation with Gebhard's speed, maybe you think about a sacrifice squeeze play. I know the infield is in, but with Gebhard and his ability to lay down a bunt and the lead just 1-0, maybe you give him a chance. 1-0 outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Jalen Riddle on deck for Springfield. An overcast day in the South Willamette Valley. A warm evening, 73 degrees. Perfect summer baseball weather, at least here early in the season. Pitches outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Honestly, you'd take this type of weather in July. Sometimes it gets really, really hot here at Hamlin Sports Complex. But no wind today. That's a unique one in itself. 3-0. Up and away. The 4-pitch walk to Gebhard, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 1, Jalen Riddle.
So a strikeout, a walk, and a strikeout so far for Riddle, and Kyle Crustangel is going to come out. Trying to calm down Bo Lloyd. Lloyd originally from Apple Valley, California. To be honest, I would say that Apple Valley is a little bit closer to Bend than Bakersfield. Apple Valley is actually the high desert. I think this is going to be a running joke all summer long. Mound visits this season brought to you by St. Vincent de Paul. You can visit both of their Springfield locations today, where you'll find out that St. Vincent de Paul is more than just a thrift store. Also like to give a shout out to Over the River Guide Service. Former drifter John Over is your certified local fishing guide with a passion for the McKenzie River and years of experience navigating its waters. You can visit overtherivergs.com to book your trip today. Pitches in for a strike. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Riddle grounds it to the left side. Almeida flips it to second for 1. The throw to first base, a double play. The Drifters load the bases once again, but they cannot score as they leave 2 stranded. We now head to the top of the 7th inning, 1-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
No runs on no hits and no errors. Drifters still lead 1-0 going into the top of the 7th inning. Now let's go down to the field with Monty. Monty.
Can you guys hear me? I've got my friends Gwen and I've got my friend John here, and they're going to be playing some Dress Like a Drifter. They're going to race to the pants to put the pants on, then to the jersey, then to the hat. Whoever gets the rabbit first wins. Can I hear it for these guys? That was pretty good. I'll let you guys pass on that one. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, let's hear them cheer! We're getting the pants on. Runs with the lead. John's still trying to get his leg in that roll. Perfect. Gun's got a big lead. Coming up to the jerseys now. Big sister with the lead. This is a sibling rivalry competition, so it's fair house bragging rights. John's got the pants on. Ben's getting that jersey on. Hurry up, you guys. We gotta go. Go to the hat. John's almost there. He's got the jersey on. They're both at the hat. Race to rabbit. Oh, she's taunting him. He's on. She's ready. And it's going to be Glenn taking over. Glenn's going to win a prize from the Drifters. Thanks for playing, you guys. And we will see you tomorrow.
leading off the top of the 7th inning, number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson.
Top of the 7th inning, Colton Perez back on the bump for the Springfield Drifters. The left-hander goes back to work. His first pitch here in inning number 7. In for a strike, 0-1. Maliki Emery Henderson, Parker Burt, and Garen Guler due up. The heart of the order, batters 4, 5, and 6. Perez kicks and fires the 0-1. In for a strike, 0-2. Mentioned in the top half of the inning, giving thanks to Over the River Guide Service, John Over, a former Drifter, pitched for the Drifters back in 2023. He's a Marist High School graduate, and he actually just passed the MCAT, so he's going to go to medical school. Graduated from Linfield and had success there as a pitcher, but was always a really smart guy, and he always had his mind set on medical school. Took a year off after graduating from Linfield. Spent the whole year studying for the MCAT, and I believe he just passed it, so he's trying to figure out where he's going to go to medical school now. 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But in the meantime, he still offers his fishing guide service. He actually did that when he was playing for the Drifters. He would take players out on the Mackenzie River in the morning and then come back to the ballpark and play a game that night. 2-2, swing and a miss, another strikeout, as Emery Henderson has the sombrero. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. This time going to Perez as he picks up his first strikeout for out number 1 here in inning number 7. Brings up Parker Burt, who also has 2 strikeouts. We'll see if he gets the sombrero today as well. A unique baby blue on baby blue matchup here in Springfield on Springfield night. A swing and a miss by Parker Burt, 0-1. But doing a great partnership with John Over this season. In fact, he's taken 4 trips on the river with some of our players this summer, giving them an opportunity to go out on the Mackenzie. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So we'll have some recorded content with Over coming up in a few weeks. Tomorrow's fishing night, so celebrating the strong fishing culture in Oregon tomorrow here at the ballpark. It's fouled away.
That one's headed for the seats. Protect your home team with American Family Insurance.
No balls and 2 strikes. A little bit low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. John, he cannot be at fishing night tomorrow. And like a true fisherman, he's actually in Montana fly fishing tomorrow. That is why he cannot come to fishing night. True story. But he's super excited to be back here at the ballpark this summer. 1-2, it's fouled away. 2 years ago, he was kind of a host family, host brother. His parents hosted a player. They hosted Elijah Maris, who was Over's teammate at Linfield. He had a fun time with him. That year, we gave the host families these barbecue sets that were kind of made out of baseball bats that had the Drifters logo on them. Really cool. Really, really cool. And that's something that John still has to the day. And he said that was his favorite moment being a host family, is getting that barbecue equipment. I have a pair. They're sick. It's really, really cool. I've yet to use them, though. It's getting to grilling season. 2-2, grounded towards the right side, past the diving Riddle into right field. Parker Burt has his first hit of the game. Runner at first, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. What a game so far. It's been a pitcher's duel here at Hamlin Sports Complex after a ton of high-scoring games out in Central Oregon.
Running at first base, number 67, Thomas Lamb.
As now Thomas Lamb is going to run for Parker Burt.
Now batting for Yakima Valley, number 27, Garen Guler.
So Garen Guler will stand back in. He's 0 for 2, a fly out to left field, and a strikeout swinging so far for Guler. 1-0, Springfield with the lead, hanging on to a 1-0 lead since the first inning. They've had plenty of opportunities to add on to their lead. They just have not been able to capitalize. Perez throws back towards first base, and back there safely is Lamb. And honestly, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, the Drifters a little bit limited in their bullpen so far in the young season. We knew this was a team that was probably going to have to outslug a few opponents to win some ball games this season. Right now, their pitching staff is shutting it down. Perez misses outside, 1-0 to Guler. Again, Guler recently committed to the University of Portland, going to go play with the Pilots next season up on the Bluff with Nolan Miller. Portland always a consistently good baseball program. Jeff Loomis has done a great job on the Bluff throughout the years. Cut on a miss. 1-1. Couple of ranked wins this season for the Pilots, beating both Oregon and Oregon State. Feel like they do it almost every year up on the Bluff. 1-1, a swing and a miss. 1-2. Really exciting team. Had a lot of fun players this past season. Trey Swigert, who's a two-way player, one of the top two-way players in the country at the Division I level. He played with the Pilots this past spring, and he's going back to Corvallis this season. So he's going to play with the Knights this year. Saw him on the Knights roster. So we'll be excited to play Corvallis and see him again. He was teammates with Drew Holman, the Drifters' backup catcher in high school at Middleton High School. One ball, two strikes, one out, and a runner at first. The pitch from Perez. Called strike 3. Rings him up. Guler can't believe it. He has the sombrero, and he points at the line on the inside part of the plate in the right-handed hitter's batter's box. That's where he felt like it came in. And I got to say, from up here, looked a little inside, but we'll take it. It's another strikeout for Perez, this time a backwards K. 2 strikeouts and a hit so far allowed in this inning by Perez. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Throw down towards second by Lehue, and able to steal second is Lamb. So the Pippins have the tying run in scoring position at second base here in the top of the 7th. No balls and 1 strike to Derek Almeida. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Perez looks in and now will step off the mound. It's in moments like this you really appreciate having a catcher like Lehue behind the plate, who's exemplified some leadership abilities so far. The 0-1. Down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, it's tough over the summer. As a catcher, you're working with a lot of pitchers that you maybe have never caught for. Maybe it's a quick bullpen session. Maybe it's the quick warm-up right before the pitcher takes the mound. And having a catcher like Lehue behind the plate is certainly impactful for a WCL team. Pitches up and away. Lehue fires to third. A really great throw. And he's safe. Looked like a bullet from Lehue behind the dish. And it looked like the Jesus was signaling like the runner slid away from the tag on the far side. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The tying run 90 feet away at third base with 2 outs. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. On deck is Jackson Walker, who would love an opportunity to try to tie the game or give the Pippins the lead as a former Springfield Drifter last season. Although he's batting in the 8th spot, was one of the top hitters at the NWAC level this past season at Yakima Valley College. The 3-1 pitch popped out of play to the first base side, and the count goes full. In fact, this season
Brought to you by American Family Insurance, protecting your life's unexpected hits.
at Yakima Valley College, Jackson Walker first in the NWAC in hits. "3-2, it's fouled back. Scratch that first in extra base hits, also was first in RBI, second overall in hits on the season. He had 62. But a ton of extra base hits, 23 on the season with 15 doubles, 2 triples, and 7 home runs. So Perez would love an out here to Almeida. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Perez. Fouled back. And Almeida stays alive. First outing of the season for Perez. Looking for another goose egg on the board. 3 balls, 2 strikes, with 2 on and 2 out. The southpaw comes set. Payoff pitch, up and away. It gets away from Lehue, and now the runner heads to first. Now 2 runners aboard. Looks like maybe some action in the Springfield bullpen.
Number 12, Jackson Walker.
And now Coach Dean Stiles is coming out to talk things over with Perez. Stiles back with the Drifters for his second season. Former pitching coach at the University of Oregon. Has spent some time in minor league baseball, independent baseball. Previously was the manager of the Ogden Raptors. And spent time in the Dodgers organization working with their pitcher development staff. Actually won a World Series ring with the Dodgers back in 2020. Him and Coach Lyle coached together in Ogden and in the Pioneer League. Lyle was the hitting coach and assistant coach for Stiles then, and now the roles have been reversed with Stiles as the pitching coach and Lyle as the head coach here in Springfield. But the two of them extremely close and have really built a strong foundation here in Springfield over the past 2 years. Drifters are adding 2 assistant coaches to the fold this summer, although both of them are not here today. Sam Olson, the director of baseball ops, he's filling in at first base. Gavin Grant, as well as Dom Graziano, who are both at the University of Oregon, they're going to come and coach with the Drifters this summer. The problem is the Ducks, I guess it's not a problem, the Ducks made a super regional. So they're heading out to Texas to face off against the Longhorns down in Austin. And so as they prep for the super regional, of course, Gavin Grant and Dom Graziano cannot be with the Drifters at this point in time. Breaking ball in for a strike, a delayed steal. They're trying to get into a rundown to try to force the throw to second and then allow the runner to break home from third, similar to how the Drifters scored their first run back in the first inning. In a same situation play, runners on the corners. Rail took off towards second. The throw went there, and then Gebhard came in to score. 0-1, it's fouled back. 0-2. Excited to have Gavin Grant and Dom Graziano come in and be a part of this organization. Grant, I remember him during my time as a student covering the University of Oregon. He was the starting second baseman for the first 3 years I was in college, and I think he ended up leaving Oregon playing in like 152 games. One of the all-time great second basemen in the history of the University of Oregon baseball program, and then he's stuck around helping out with their camps, and now he's coming to spend the summer in Springfield as a coach. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He also infamously had the play that maybe cost Oregon a trip to the College World Series. Ball hit on one hop up the middle, ate him up at second base against Oral Roberts, and later on in that inning, Oral Roberts was able to come from behind and walk off against the Ducks, go to Omaha. 1-2, popped in the air out towards the first base side. Miller running out of real estate. Watches it go into the bleachers, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 in scoring position. The Pippins with the base hit here should take the lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Perez kicks and fires. Low. 2-2. Perez takes his time. Gets a pitch he likes. Let's rip. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. A strikeout for Perez, and he leaves 2 stranded in scoring position in the top of the 7th inning. The Drifters lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch in Springfield. Drifters leading here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
For the 7th inning stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, it's last call. The concessions will be closing at the end of this inning. Kids, be sure to stay after the game to get your autographs from the Drifters themselves and run the bases. Coming to the plate for the Drifters, number 22, Nolan Miller.
Nolan Miller leading things off at the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-0. Springfield with the lead. Miller takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Monty Tenney leading a Mr. Drifter chant. Come on, Monty, that's for Coop. Who knows? Maybe it's Miller. We'll see if that one sticks. The 0-1, a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So is it Coop? Is it Nolan Miller? Chat, let us know. Do you think that Cooper Mullins, who's returning for his 4th season, most games all time in a Springfield Drifter uniform, and most RBIs all time as a Springfield Drifter, is Mr. Drifter, as Miller takes the 1-1 for a strike, 1-2? Or is it Nolan Miller, the Drifters' all-time hits leader, who's back for his 3rd season? Single season hit record as well. Who knows? Mullins was an all-star last season. Miller was not, although sneakily underrated. Probably should have been a WCL all-star last season as he bounces it foul. 1-2. Last season, Nolan Miller with the Springfield Drifters, yeah, he set the hits record, but he also hit .326. He had 9 doubles, 31 RBIs. One of the best summers in Springfield Drifter history. 1-2, bounces in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe we'll ask the players this year who they think is Mr. Drifter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Down and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, we asked the players what they thought the nickname should be here at this ballpark, and most of them came up with Coops Castle, or they voted Coops Castle after we came up with that nickname. 3-2, rolled to the right side at second base. Velasquez fields and flips to first for out number 1.
Now batting number 19, L.J. Lehue.
Brings up L.J. Lehue. 2 walks and a fly out so far for Lehue. I mean, if we're talking about Nolan Miller being Mr. Drifter, I mean, he might be Mr. Walk at this point with 8 walks in 4 games. Breaking ball outside, and there's that plate vision once again. 1 ball and no strikes. Opening day here at Hamlin Sports Complex. Some fans sticking around. Understandable. It's getting a little bit chilly at the ballpark. Up and away 2-0. At least I've seen some fans put on jackets, so that's my radar, that it's getting a little bit colder. My watch still says it's 73. It's hard to tell. In the broadcast booth, you get air condition. It's always pleasant here in the press box. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Lloyd. Looked at for a strike, able to connect with the upper outer corner, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Lloyd, his 3rd inning of work came in for Austin Dillon back in the 5th inning and has pitched since. I guess 2nd full inning. Pitch outside and another walk. Who would have guessed it? L.J. Lehue back-to-back games with 3 walks as he reaches first base once again.
Now batting for the Drifters, number 17, 3rd baseman Nick Jamino.
Nick Jamino going to come back up to the plate. Singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a lineout. So Lloyd looks back towards first and comes set. First pitch to Jamino is popped in the air behind home plate. Ramos searches for it and finds it for out number 1. It'll bring up Peyton Tyner, who's hitless so far. Grounded into a double play back in the 5th inning. A strikeout in the 3rd and a ground out back in the 1st. First pitch to Tyner. Taken down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs and the runner at first. Now, every year the Masters comes on and they say it's a tradition like none other. I feel like it's the same thing with Ethan Klein, my partner to the left of me at Nachos during the summer. Every single game it's a tradition like none other. Whips out the nachos for the pregame meal. Mid-game meal, I guess? Pitch up and away, 2-0. Ethan, does it hit the same as last summer? He says, oh, yeah. Got to come out to a Drifters game. Try the nachos. They're not that expensive. It's an affordable ticket in town. I'm telling you. 2-0, breaking ball. In for a strike. 2-1. Fans, don't forget, kids 12 and under again for free for Drifters games this summer. The only exception, the fireworks nights, which is understandable. Typically sell those nights out, and it's hard to gauge how many kids we can really bring in for free. But throughout the summer, kids 12 and under getting for free here at Hamlin Sports Complex. Pitch up and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. We also added the Kids Zone this year, brought to you by Northwest Natural. That's also free for kids to use. 3-1, down and away, and it's a walk. Walks this season by opposing pitchers are brought to you by Goodwill. Go visit their locations this afternoon or maybe later on this week. See Bill LaFaso from American Family Insurance come back up to the seat with a Port Authority box. What's he doing with a box? That's what we're all trying to figure out. Mound Visit right now brought to you by St. Vincent de Paul. You can visit both of their 2 stores in Springfield today, where you'll find out that St. Vinny's is more than just a thrift store. And I got to say, I went to St. Vinny's headquarters. It's located on Chad Drive in North Eugene. Man, it's incredible. Their book library is insane. So if you're looking for some books out there that have been used already, looking to reuse them, check out their library. They have a ton of great books out there. And a lot of that money ends up going back into the community here in Lane County. Pitched down and away to Jacob Villapando, 1-0. They have a great program housing veterans in Lane County and building affordable housing. Again, St. Vinny's more than just a thrift store. 1-0 pitch, cut on a miss by Villapando, 1-1. Springfield leading 1-0, have a runner in scoring position at second in L.J. Lehue. Another inning with runners in scoring position for Springfield, but have not been able to score since back in the first inning. The 1-1. Breaking ball in for a strike. 1-2. Bo Lloyd comes set, a strike away from getting out of the jam. His pitch down and away, both runners trying to steal. The throw goes to third, and Lehue has a steal. It's his second steal of the season. Stealing second is Tyner. So now Springfield has 2 runners in scoring position. You're in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. And Villapando has a chance to bring them both in with a base hit. Lloyd ready. His 2-2 pitch. Down and away, and the count goes full, and now it gets behind the catcher in Ramos, and in to score is Lehue. It's 2-0 Springfield. The Drifters get some help. So now runner at third and a 2-0 ball game. As Springfield has just been able to put batters on base and wreak havoc on the base path. Payoff pitch to Villapando's, fouled back. Do the 3-2 again. Three balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the left side. Furuhata fields, fires, and records the out. But not before Springfield can score 1 run. No hits in the inning, no errors defensively, and 1 runner left on base. We now head to the 8th inning, 2-0 the score. It's the Drifters with the lead here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Drifters, number 10, Michael Klein.
If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and sent this till a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back to a hoopty for my bed, would you poop and disappear? Like some of my friends, if I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to quit and work, would you be down to ride? I get out, chill and drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't bad because I flip burgers at Burger King, would you be ashamed to tell your friends you're feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? Now we can have a little drink, you know, a nightcap, and we can go through.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning, the catcher, number 5, Avil Ramos.
Top of the 8th inning, a new pitcher in the game. Michael Klein induces a ground ball to the left side. Villapando fields and fires the first to retire Ovil Ramos, who was first pitch swinging. He did not want to strike out today. He was today's Dry Pro beer batter, and he said, no cheap beer for the fans, not for the people. What are we doing? Honestly, if I'm the beer batter, it's kind of a win-win situation. Like, you put the ball in play, the fans are mad, but if you strike out, guess what? The whole crowd is behind you. It's kind of a win-win situation. Even if you get a hit, you're doing something for your team. Either way, 1 out as we get to the top of the order once again. Tyson Miller takes the first pitch for a strike, going 1. Miller today, 1 for 3, singled his last time up in the 6th inning. Klein takes a breath. Now rocks and fires. Is 0-1. Bounce to the right side. Miller fields. He'll underhand it back to Klein, who beats Miller to first base. For out number 2. 2 quick counts by Klein. Puts 2 outs on the board here in the 8th. Colton Perez, he pitched 2 innings for Springfield in his Drifters debut on the bump. 2 innings, 3 hits. He walked a batter. Sure got 2, but no runs, and that's the big thing. He kept Springfield in front, and the Drifters lead 2-0 now after scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 7th. Klein wheels and deals. In for a strike, 0-2. Klein, a left-hander from Rogers State University out in Oklahoma. His 2nd season in Springfield. Last year came to the Drifters from Fresno City College. Had a good season at Rogers State. And now has a 1-2-3 inning. Oh, well, scratch that. Just a 0-1 pitch that's in for a strike, 0-2. The scoreboard read 0-2, and so thought it was a 3-up, 3-down inning. Either way, no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Klein, low, 1-2. Originally, it looked like he was going to commit to Arkansas Tech. Ended up at Rogers State and had a really good year there at Rogers State for the Hillcats. He was honestly one of the Drifters' best pitchers last season, especially in late inning situations just like this. His 1-2 delivery, up and inside, 2-2. Got up to 90 miles per hour that time. Last season, he was sitting mid-80s. So that's good to see the velocity up. Umpire calls time. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fire truck going off in the distance. Thank God it's not barking the park tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Klein. Bounce over to the left side. Deep in the hole, Villapando fields. He fires to first base, and it's late. Going to be an infield hit for Furuhara. And he has his 2nd hit of the game in his 2nd season in Springfield.
Now batting number 17, Nick Velasquez.
Nick Velasquez now will stand in. Tom, I see your comment about what is a pippin. A pippin is an apple, I believe, like a crisp apple. Pitch is up and away. 1 ball and no strike from Klein. Tom, I also did say Arkansas Tech. Yes, the Wonder Boys. He was committed there and then ultimately ended up at Rogers State instead. There is an Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy on the roster of Yakima. Ground ball to first base. Miller Fields will tap on the bag himself for out number 3. 1 hit in the inning, no runs, no errors, and 1 left stranded. Going to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0 the score. Springfield leading here on the Drifters streaming network.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for the Pippins, number 24, Eric Anthony. Leading off for the Drifters, number 33, Mana Heffernan.
Bottom of the 8th inning, a new pitcher into the ball game for the Yakima Valley Pippins. It's the right-hander Eric Anthony from Santa Barbara, California. Plays his college baseball at the University of Puget Sound up in Washington. Now enters the game for Bo Lloyd and is set to face off against Mana Heffernan. First pitch, Heffernan gives it a ride out towards right center field, but ranging over is Miller, and he can't get to it. It looked like he was running with ease. Heffernan now sprinting towards second. The throw goes over second base as he's aboard with his second double of the game. It looked like it was just going to be an easy fly out to the outfield. Miller was jogging over. Emory Henderson thought that Miller had it in center field, and ultimately it just dropped it. I think Heffernan was a little surprised because between first base and second base, it was a full-on sprint to the bag, but he got there, sliding in there safely. And now the Drifters have another runner in scoring position here on the bottom of the 8th inning as they look for extra insurance to try to close this one out and pick up their first win of the season. Corner of the infield comes in. Detzler shows bunt, bunts it to the first base side. There's no play at third, so the throw goes to first by Walker. And he gets Detzler at first base on the sac bunt play. Small ball to move the runner to third base. And Aiden Gebhard will now stand in. So the infield comes in with Gebhard at the plate. And again, in this situation, maybe you do another bunt. Maybe it's a suicide squeeze play here with Gebhard and his bunting ability plus his speed. We'll see if they have a bunt or swing away. He swings away and sends it to right field pretty deep for Emory Henderson. He's able to make the catch. Tagging at third is Heffernan, and he'll come in to score. The Drifters now lead 3-0 with some extra insurance here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Now batting number 1, Jalen Riddle.
So a sack bunt and a sack fly gives Springfield a 3-0 lead, and now Jalen Riddle will stand back in. A single, a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out into a double play so far for Riddle. Anthony's first pitch. Outside, 1-0. First appearance of the season for Anthony. He appeared in 7 games at Puget Sound this past season. Went 0-2 in 10 1/3 innings pitch with 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 11 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The 1-0. Looked at for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike for Riddle. About to head into his second season at Lane Community College. Cuts under the pitch, and it's now 1-2. Great first season. First team all NWAC South this past season for the Titans. Wanted to stay home this summer and play in Springfield. Already was living here. Why not try and play for the Drifters? 1-2, bounces it foul. And I think after last summer and seeing Peyton Tyner go up to Marion and commute from Eugene, I wonder why didn't he just play for the Drifters? Coach Lyle made a smart decision to bring in Riddle for this year. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the high heat, and it's an inning where the Drifters add on to their lead. After a leadoff double, they get a sac bunt and a sac fly to bring in an extra insurance run and lead 3-0 as we head to the 9th inning. Drifters looking to close it out here on their home opener and pick up their first win of the season. We'll see if they can get it done on the other half of this break here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
When you donate to St. Vincent de Paul of Lane County, you're creating jobs.
Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely.
Generating money for meals, housing, and job training.
Have a great day.
And saving items from the landfill by recycling. Have fun, save some money, and do something nice for your neighbor. St. Vincent de Paul of Lane County.
Leading off the top of the 9th inning for the Pippins, number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson.
Emery Henderson, Thomas Lamb, and Garen Guler due up for the Yakima Valley Pippins as they trail 3-0. First pitch, it's fouled back by Emery Henderson, 0-1. Michael Klein still on the bump this afternoon for Springfield. His second inning, last inning, allowed an infield single with 2 outs. After that, had a 3-1 ground out to end the inning. His best start so far in a Drifters uniform here in 2026. The 0-1 gets a swing and a miss, blows it right past Emery Henderson, 0-2. Klein today rocking Oregon Duck cleats. I'm not sure where he got them. Maybe Jack Brooks, perhaps. I mean, they were teammates last year, and boy, the banter between those two was certainly something. Rings him up, Gets a called strike 3. First strike out of the game for Klein. So a strikeout puts one out on the board here in the top of the 9th inning. The Drifters 2 outs away from their first win of the season.
Luis Garcia.
And now Luis Garcia will come up to the plate. Believe this is the Luis Garcia from Western Oklahoma State. I got to tell you, this year, the WCL switched from Point Streak to Presto Sports. Point Streak, no more. It's gone. With Presto Sports, it does not give you an option to put a college name, so it's made my job as a broadcaster infinitely harder as Klein gets a swing and a miss, 0-1. Because when you run into a situation like this and it says Luis Garcia and you don't have a hometown, you're like, I hope this is the right Luis Garcia. There's a couple other guys from Western Oklahoma State. We think it's the one here from Harlem, New York. But who knows? Pitch down and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. But this Luis Garcia on the season is 2 for 7 with 3 walks and a double. 1-1, swing and a miss. Klein looking more like himself after a little bit of a shaky start in his first 2 appearances with the Drifters this season. He's kind of always had this I'm better than you mentality, and it's kind of showing right now. The 1-2 delivery, down and away, 2-2. Last year with the Drifters, he had a 3-2 record with a 3.82 ERA as a reliever. And even this year, 13 of his 19 outings at Rogers State were scoreless outings. Kind of a dominant pitcher. Here's 2-2. Called strike 3. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Klein. 2 up, 2 down. Have a seat. The Drifters on the verge of a shutout. 1 out away from a shutout and their first win of the season. Trying to give the home fans a treat on opening day here on Springfield night. Garen Guler at the plate, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Klein's first pitch. Cut on and miss. 0-1. His fastball looks electric today. No balls and 1 strike. Klein rocks in, fires. Pitches outside, 1-1. Been a pitcher's duel throughout the afternoon. Springfield scratching a run across in the 7th and 8th inning to stretch the lead to 3. The 1-1 from Klein. Called a strike at the knees. 1-2. Drifters 1 strike away from their first win of the season. 1 ball, 2 strikes and 2 outs. Klein gets the grip. Now let's rip. Swing and a miss. A 3-strikeout 9th inning for Michael Klein. And the Drifters win 3-0 and win their first game of 2026. What a game in the home opener for Springfield. They get a shutout victory. A phenomenal pitching performance by Tristan Ledbetter. 5 innings scoreless baseball for Ledbetter with 8 strikeouts. And he really set the tone for the remainder of the game. Aiden Gebhardt gave the Drifters the lead in the first inning, and they were able to get 2 more runs, 1 in the 7th and 1 in the 8th, and win this game 3-0. Stick around, we got the post-game show coming up. Ethan Klein going to walk you the rest of the way and set you up for tomorrow. 3-0, Drifters win. I'm Knight Jarecki saying so long from Springfield. We'll see you tomorrow. Stick around for the post-game show. Ethan Klein coming up momentarily.
For serving the community every single day and helping make this just an incredible opening night for the Drifters. We hope to see you tomorrow for Game 2 for Little League Night. Don't forget to grab your tickets before they're gone. Guys, have a great night. Drive home safely. And as always, Stay drifty, my friends.
So the Drifters come away with the shutout victory here on the home opener on this beautiful Tuesday night. It was a great one, highlighted by some incredible pitching from the Drifters staff. It was a struggle all year. Last year, the pitching was shaky for sure last year, and to start this season down in Bend in that opening series. But today it was much better, as the starter Tristan Ledbetter coming away with the win. He pitches 5 innings, only giving up 1 hit and no runs. It was a shutout, 8 strikeouts for him today. The NWAC pitcher having a great debut for the Drifters here in this one. Faced 16 batters with only that 1 hit. He was followed up by Colton Perez, who came out of the bullpen and pitched 2 innings, 3 hits, no runs, and 3 strikeouts before Michael Klein, who was an electric reliever for the Drifters last year, coming out and doing the same thing here today. He goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit and no runs, and in the 9th strikes out the side to get the Drifters the win here in Springfield. But the pitching wasn't all that went well for the Drifters today. The bats were rolling a little bit too, as it was Mena Heffernan 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles was the best bat today, but he didn't do it alone. Aiden Gebhard 1 for 3, Jalen Riddle 1 for 4, Nolan Miller 1 for 4 as well, Nick Jamino 1 for 4, and Rylan Detzler 1 for 3, accounting for all of the 7 hits for the Drifters. And they come away with the 3-0 win. They move to 1-3 on the season. On the other side, it was Eric Anthony getting the start or Austin Dillon rather. Eric Anthony finished the game. Austin Dillon getting the start for the Pippins today. Went 4 1/3, gave up 4 hits and only 1 run with 8 strikeouts as well. Both starting pitchers today with 8 strikeouts. It was a pitcher's duel through and through, and a low-scoring game. Not something we tend to see very often here at Hanlon. A lot of slugfests, a lot of high-scoring games we saw, especially last year. But after Austin Dillon came out, it was Bo Lloyd who came out of the bullpen to pitch 2 2/3, gave up 2 hits and a run, got 1 run in the 7th. Faced 12 batters in those 2 2/3 innings, and then Eric Anthony comes in to pitch 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, 1 run, and had 1 strikeout. The Drifters getting most of their runs by kind of causing chaos on the base paths. It was a wild pitch scored 1 run, a stolen base from Aiden Gebhard, who had 2 today, both coming in the first inning. One of them stealing home on a play where runners at the corners, they stole second, the throw to second allowed Gebhard to take off and get home to open up that scoring in the first, and it stayed that way until the 7th, when the Drifters would put up 1 there and 1 in the 8th to extend their lead. But it wouldn't matter anyways, as the Drifters come away with the shutout. The Pippins bats were struggling today, as only 5 hits on the day for the team. It was Tyson Miller, the leadoff hitter, going 1 for 4. Daichi Furuhata former Drifter, going 2 for 4 in his return to Hamlin Sports Complex. And then Aviel Ramos, 1 for 3. So correction, 4 hits for the Pippins here today. It was a great one, and the Drifters get to celebrate and give the fans something to celebrate here in the home opener. Drifters come away with a 3-0 win, and we'll be back tomorrow for Game 2 of this series. Drifters looking to carry this momentum into the rest of this home opening series. And so tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. we'll be live at right about 6:15, 6:20 for the pregame show before first pitch at 6:35. But Ethan Klein going to be signing off here today. Pleasure to be here with you for the postgame show. And remember to stay drifty. We will see you tomorrow night, 6:20 p.m. here at Hamlin Sports Complex.